We're on, and you're not here yet, so I'll introduce the show.
It doesn't take much of an excuse.
You can always shut me up. Well, you can always try to shut me up.
We have
anyway.
rules. We have our rules.
Yeah, what are they? What are the rules?
I can do this on my...
Correct.
And I can do this.
That's correct.
We will try to stay on point.
We will try. And who are we? And what are we? And what is this? What's happening?
Yes, you are Michael Mack.
I am Nanook of the North when I'm not Michael Mack. But yes, I'm Michael Mack, and you're Michael Koran.
And the show is called...
This one is AHA, A Human Among Humans. This is the 7 o'clock portion. The 7:30 portion will be coming up in just 27 minutes.
Yes.
That'll be my show. This is your show. You're on... You are the MC. You are the maestro.
And another guideline is we will try to sum it up at the end of the...
Yeah. Well, if possible, we can say a tiny bit in the beginning about what this show is going to be about, and then you're going to develop this over the course of 27 minutes. And at the end, we'll try and sum up what are our takeaways? What have we learned?
You and I, yes.
Well, yeah, I'd like to be part of this learning experience.
Oh, good. Do we learn from each other?
I hope so. I think so.
I learned a lot from you.
How do I look? I just flew in from St. Louis.
You're happy. That's good that you're happy.
Oh, I'm energized. I finished the show, so I'm kind of energized about that. I look better with the hat, though, I think.
This might not... Oh, we need a topic, though.
Well, you've got a topic, Abraham. Is that right?
Okay, I had a topic, Abraham, and I can start with a joke.
Okay, well, before we leave Abraham, I will just note that the reading today at Mass was from the book of Genesis, Go to a land that I will show you.
Oh, let's do that one then.
Okay.
We'll just focus on that.
All right.
So what did you feel and think when you hear it?
I've heard that one before.
That question, or go to the land I will show you?
Yeah, I've heard that from you many times.
Oh, good.
I've heard, now is this out of bounds of our rules to refer to previous shows? Okay, let me do this.
Yes.
I'll report a memory, and the memory that I'm reporting in the present is that this is a quote that you have employed various times in the past. And could you give the backstory of the quote just for our audience?
Go to the land I will show you?
That one, yeah.
Well, it's in Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Genesis chapter 12, verse 1.
And this is God talking to Moses?
No, God is talking to Abraham.
Oh, Abraham, sorry.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
And the backstory, somewhat briefly, is only about, 20 verses in chapter 11, after the Tower of Babel. And we're very simply told, you tell me when you had enough backstory, that Terach begot Avram, Nahor, and Haran. Those are Abram's name was only Abram or Avram for half of his life.
And then did God change it?
Yes. He said, your name now is Avraham, father of multitudes, because it's a big name change.
Sort of like Walt Whitman.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm composed of multitudes. What were the exact
I am vast and contain multitudes.
I contain multitudes.
Do I contradict myself? Very well, I contradict myself. I am vast and contain multitudes. It's very nice.
So Abraham contained multitudes.
In the sense that...
Well, he gave birth to multitudes, right? Didn't God promise him multitudes of offspring?
In that very quote that you said, he said that God said, although we're getting ahead, let me do backstory first.
Okay.
And when you've had enough, you can,
I've had enough.
Oh, okay.
So, but what's the basic idea of the quote? Go to the land that I will show you.
Go to the land I will show you.
The promised land, right?
It doesn't say promise, but it's considered promise because he hears this voice.
Yeah.
And he hears this voice, we don't even know where he is. It doesn't say he's by a tree.
Oh.
by an ocean.
Do we know what land he is in?
Yeah, he's in Mesopotamia, Iraq. Iraq is where it begins.
But they don't call it that in the Bible. What do they call
It's
it?
called Sumer.
Sumer. Okay.
Yes, Sumerian.
Oh yeah.
Sumers. They started history writing and all. So Abram is in a bad situation. His brother is killed in front of his father. He marries his half-sister and they have no children. Excuse me.
My goodness.
Thought I was getting over it. I am.
How contaminated are you right now?
I hope I am not at all.
Okay. I hope so too.
I did hold it in. And so in this very lost situation, which we can identify with.
With being lost?
Abraham, yes.
Sure.
He has no children. He seems impotent man. His brother died right in front of his father's face.
And is he 900 yet, or is that later?
No, he's never 900. So he's nowhere. The Bible is very brilliant and doesn't say where he is. So maybe all of us can identify when we feel like we're nowhere. We're nothing.
Nowhere, nothing, and nobody.
Nowhere, nothing, and nobody, yes. And out of that
vacuum,
some of the most extraordinary and world-changing words that have ever been spoken or heard. I hope it's a sign for our times when we might be going through very difficult times too and feel guided.
You're thinking politically?
Yes, politically, socially. So this could be a story not just for the past, but for us now. When we're lost, what do we hear? Can we hear a still small voice? Can we feel guidance in some way? And he hears the first words in Hebrew are lech lecha, which means go you. And I don't know, you might be able to identify with some of that. Yes, that you just feel when lost. Wouldn't it be nice to hear words that move me to go somewhere? I have needed,
an instruction.
Yeah, I needed that so badly. Still do. And it's wonderful to hear it. As at least I am vast and contain multitudes. One of the voices inside, or the spirits inside, or the personalities can guide me when I need it. Go ahead, please.
Well, just the, have we gotten to go to the land that I will show you yet?
Yes. We first hear go you.
Okay, go you.
And some rabbis think it means go
you.
Or go to you. Go to yourself, some of the rabbis interpret it. Yeah. And we'll all need that too, again and again. Go you to yourself, to the land I will, and some translations are the land I will let you see. So it's really taking a journey. He's commanded to take a journey. And it's a big thing, and especially in those days, to leave your family, your protection, your tribe, your people.
Well, it reminds me of that scene in The Wizard of Oz where they're standing trembling before the great and powerful Oz, and the cowardly lion goes up to the front, up to the altar, and he asks for something.
Courage.
Courage. And the great and powerful Oz, which is like this giant flaming face, says, "Go! Go!"
Wow. I should see that again. Wicked is coming. I'm going to see it, I hope.
Oh.
Jules.
Oh, it's coming back to Boston?
Yep. So he, and what, you're a great student of religion. What moves someone to hear, go to a new land? What moves, and this of course is huge and going on now, people in Syria trying to go to many places. My Jewish grandparents came here for a new life, and thanks to them, I'm here. And what moves people to, I mean, some people now have, with their new president, have left for Canada. For any?
Not in droves, I don't think.
Not yet, no. I have a friend, Maya's father and mother, who left Germany in 1938, just got out. Almost were captured in France, her mother. Got out through Casablanca. Her mother.
You know, much of the time, I'm not going to say most of the time because I don't know, but certainly much of the time, people go because they have no choice.
Yes.
Their preference would probably be, often, their preference would be to stay home, to be with the people that they know, to be in the situations that they know. Nobody wants to be forced out into homelessness, basically.
And the unknown, which you're a fan of in some ways.
Well, what?
The unknown.
Yeah, yeah.
And he hears it. I don't even now totally understand. I guess I could look at my own life and other people's lives. What would move him? I think it means a lot of unhappiness.
Well, oh, yeah.
A lot of,
Yeah.
and I have, it's must, in some ways I know that feeling even home too. I got to get out of here.
Well, that's it. That's the other side. So there are those who don't want to leave, but they're forced out, and there are the others that the situation is just untenable. I got to get out of here. I got to get the heck out of here.
And something calling. I mean, I went to Israel to live for 3 years, knowing no one. $300 in my pocket from painting my parents' home.
Well, that's very much an example of go to the land that I will show you, meaning that just have faith in this direction. Have faith it'll work out.
Yes.
That's actually what the sermon did today when it talked about that, was just reflecting on what was required of Abraham was faith. Because the voice said, just go. I'll show you.
Oh, but it promised him all kinds of things.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
Say more.
Says, it wasn't just you listen to me and have faith in me. Not at all. This was, these were two, in a bazaar, these were two men bargaining over a carpet. God didn't just say, go to the land I will show you. And Abraham said, oh, thank you, God. And it wasn't known as God. It was Yahweh. And the interesting thing is Abraham didn't even know who was talking to him. He doesn't say, I am Yahweh, I am God. All Abraham hears is the voice. It's very psychologically astute, the writing.
Did the voice even announce itself as I am? Or
no, nothing.
Okay.
So there's no such thing really as faith. It would be faith in an unknown voice. That's all it would be.
Well, that's faith.
Yes, but not in God necessarily. You might think it's God, but
I disagree. Because God, when you get right down to it, I mean, yeah, we've got a lot of conceptions and ideas and pictures and forms and images of God, but when you get right down to it, God is the ultimate mystery. God, life, ourselves, I mean, it's all one incredible mystery that cannot be explained or understood.
So he hears something, some mysterious...
Something says, go.
Yes. And then it offers him, it says, and I will bless you. And this is quite extraordinary. I mean, at the beginning of creation, God creates the birds and the animals and humans and blesses them. But since then, it's been pretty tough. God,
after the blessing.
Yeah, God throws...
Kicked out of Eden.
Kicked out of Eden. Flood.
Oh, yeah.
I think Noah might have been blessed, but Noah gets into trouble right after understandably, he gets drunk, curses his grandson.
Now, does he get drunk after the flood?
Yeah, after the flood. You don't blame him.
So after he's safe and after he finished the show, he wants to relax, chill.
Yes, and it's but all those people he knew died.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's the Tower of Babel.
The only people left are his family.
Yes.
Is that a blessing or not? Hard to know.
He curses his because he was naked after getting drunk. And one of his sons just didn't do anything except see him. Who knows?
Saw him naked?
Yeah, and 2 sons went backwards and put a blanket over him. And he cursed the son who saw him naked, cursed his grandson, Canaan.
And whatever happened to them?
Well, the Canaanites were destroyed by the Israelites.
Okay, well,
so they got wiped out. This was an excuse. It also was an excuse for slavery.
That's a full-body curse.
A long time. It was the people in the South said if God wanted Canaan to be a slave, then slavery is okay.
Does that seem kind of over the top to you?
What?
To curse somebody and their succeeding generations because they saw you naked?
Yeah, maybe they did something to you when you were naked and we weren't told.
Oh.
I don't know. It seems over the top just to be seen naked. But people get angry.
People are seen naked all the time.
So back to Abraham, though.
Yep.
To hear. Boy, I'd love to feel this. Maybe I can now. To hear, I will bless you. And he's also told to be a blessing. And I will curse those who curse you. I will curse, that's an interesting in the Hebrew, it's singular. If anyone curses you, I will curse you. But I will bless. You will somehow, I think it's in that place of loneliness that you would, I think, understand this. You get in touch with the mysterious, creative, blessing presence, and it is so overwhelming. It says, I'm going to guide you to a new life. I'm going to bless you.
Well, that sounds scary.
Yes. And why? And Abraham was really the first person to feel this ever. I mean, Adam maybe, be fruitful and multiply. So maybe getting back to the Adamic roots of being a human being. But no one since Adam really got this kind of blessing. I don't think Noah did. So there's something extreme.
Now, was the blessing just talk, or was it more than just talk?
That's a great question. At the beginning, it might have been an experience, a huge, it must have been an experience, not just words. I would imagine. We don't know.
Yeah.
The lovely thing about the Hebrew Bible is you can interpret it in many, many, many ways.
I would suggest that not only the Hebrew Bible, but also the New Testament.
It's rich. It's vast and contains multitude.
Yeah.
Just as you introduced the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to feel him feeling this, which you might be able to articulate for us better than I.
I'll try. I'll try to articulate that for us.
This feeling of, oh my Lord, what is this experience of, I'll call it blessing. The Hebrew for blessed is also the root for the word knee. When you kneel, get down on your knees. What is this experience? I was so bereft and lost, and now I feel this blessing.
Well, maybe blessedness is that state of mind where all is well and all manner of things are well, where there's nothing to worry about, there's nothing to fear, and we trust that we're in the right place and doing the right thing, and that everything's going to work out. I mean, how often does that happen in our lives? Maybe not that often, but it seems like it's the kind of thing where if you could take a pill to get it, a lot of people would take that pill.
It's going to be, everything's going to be all right. There's a great song.
A sense of well-being.
It's not a Bob Marley song. Everything's going to be all right. Well, the end of this blessing is this is all 27 Hebrew words. So he's told, I will bless you, and then he's commanded, be a blessing.
So be a blessing, be good?
Or maybe, I'm sure that's one possibility.
Be good to others.
Be this energy, this blessing power you not just be good, that's one possible interpretation, but you be this. Don't just experience this creative mystery, this unfathomable, unspeakable, beautiful mystery. I am telling you to be this creative blessing.
He could also
mystery.
be a blessing to God. Be a blessing to me, God's saying.
Yeah, well, that's beautiful. Yeah.
Bless me by being all that you can be.
Yes. But also the very, that's wonderful too. That's an aim, and I think is really part of it, which you'll hear in a moment. But it is also to be this experience that is blowing your mind beyond beauty, beyond anything you've ever imagined. I want you to be this unfathomable, creative, beautiful mystery for your blooming life.
And that is what we are, really. Although generally we don't recognize it or see it in ourselves or in others. But that is ultimately
who we are.
Who we are and what life is. I mean, we are part of this infinite, unfathomable mystery. And to be in the raw presence of it really is to be in awe. It's like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Now, a hard question is, as you might have intimated, this was a blessing to who's ever speaking to him also. Because we're told it's Yahweh. And Yahweh's been a pretty bad dude. He's been flooding the earth. He's been, when they were building a tower in Babel and getting along quite great. The words are, we can't let humanity work together. They can do anything then. We have to confuse them. Like any powerful ruler, let's divide and conquer. Right, and the Bible is honest enough.
Let's throw some alternative facts out there.
Yes. And so something happened to make this challenging God become so kindly disposed to Abraham. To say, not, I'm going to smite you and smote you, but I want you to be a blessing.
Not a word you hear often in common language, blessing. Smite.
Yeah, but in the past, right, there was a lot of
smiting.
A lot of smiting and smoting. I don't know if there's a difference.
I think smote is past tense.
Oh, so I smite you now, and I smote.
And then I smote you.
I smote you. When I describe, I will spite you now, and then what happened?
And smitten. The smitten is in there.
No,
to be smitten.
No, maybe there's something close to that.
Oh, I think so.
Yes,
I think that's it.
Yeah.
It's whatever the present perfect. I don't know. I don't know my grammar.
So something happened to this creative spirit and to Abram that enabled them to co-create this blessing experience. It's too hard to go into and part of what you were saying is this is who we really are. And maybe Abram helped discover who he really was in his lonely, bereft, impotent place. And maybe that helped God also discover that, oh my, I blessed these people when I created them. So both.
Well, I think that there's a danger. There's always that danger of having people realize that they are gods, that having people realize that they are infinitely beautiful, infinitely powerful, because once they get, if they don't use that notion wisely, it can be misused very unwisely and harmfully.
You really helped anticipate the last words of this 27 word experience.
Oh, good. We've got a minute to sum it up.
The last words are, hard to believe this one, but for our times too. Through you will be blessed all families on earth.
Through you will be blessed all families on earth. Or, to put it even more broadly, that through you, as the vessel, as the vehicle, as the lens, through you all of creation will be blessed.
Yes.
That all of creation is passing through you. And for our intents and purposes, and when we think of our lives, I mean, all we have is all of creation.
And so this moved him. This was quite an offer, hard to refuse. And
45 seconds, or 15 seconds to sum up.
So then he set out to go to the land of Canaan.
Okay, well, God bless him and us and you. Go to the land that we will show you. Amen.
Thank you.